everybody, it's Video Gaming Nation, the Asian sensation that is always here in gaming, welcoming you guys back for another round of our Pokemon Showdown Shenanigans. Now guys, we have done 3 rounds over in Anything Goes, so that means it's time to move on to a new tier. And the tier that we are going in today, or for the next 3 rounds I should say, is 1v1. Now I know that doesn't sound very exciting at first, because it really is just one Pokemon versus one Pokemon, and then that's the round. Whoever wins, wins. But I'm going to try my best to make a little game out of it. What I was thinking is we'll make a team of 3 Pokemon. It could be whoever you guys want, or if you guys don't want anything, I'll build something. And we're going to have some fun. We're going to make a game, see who can get the most wins out of 3 rounds for each Pokemon. So we're going to do a total of basically 9 battles, but it should be quick. Episodes for the next 3 rounds should be pretty quick, I should say. And that's pretty much it. So if it doesn't sound that exciting, I'm sorry guys. Like I said, I'm going to try my best to make this as entertaining as possible. I just wanted to try something new. I didn't want to go into any of the standard tiers yet, but we will definitely be getting there. So let's go ahead and not waste any more time and go ahead and show you guys the team that I brought today. Now this team, if you take a quick look at it up front first, if you don't understand why they're nicknamed like actual like IRL people's names, well, it's because I decided for the first round to go base 3 Pokemon off of 3 of my best friends in IRL. These people are not PokeTubers, although one of them wants to be, so when he gets his act together and finally starts up his channel, then I will be able to put his link down in the description. But I'm not going to give any more personal information about these guys besides their names and, you know, why the Pokemon I chose for them is who they are. But, you know, just for privacy, respect, and stuff like that. But we have our first, one second, guys. We have our first Pokemon being Blaziken, which I named John. John is a great friend of mine. He's the one that wants to be a PokeTuber at some point. And, his favorite Pokemon is Blaziken, so I decided to make a Blaziken for him. And the Blaziken is, of course, packing the King's Rock because, I couldn't think of an item because I've never run Blaziken before. But we're going to see how that works out because, King's Rock could really come through with hacks. But for moves, we have Blaze Kick, Brave Bird, Sky Uppercut, and Shadow Claw because I believe that is a set that he has run on a Blaziken before, John. I'm trying my best to relate to sets they would actually run. Whether he runs King's Rock, I don't know. I know he runs King's Rock Flygon, but Blaziken, I don't know. He also doesn't like Speed Boost, so give him a round of applause for not being one of those people that just likes the generic Blaziken. But if you guys want to go knock on his door and, you know, rage against him because he's not playing Blaziken right, then you can do that too. But, so, John, I'm sorry, but that's the truth. You're going to have people that are going to be like that. But for stats, we have 4 going into HP, 252 in attack, and 252 in speed. And we have the Adamant nature because John likes to run Adamant Blaziken. Coming up next, we have my other great friend in IRL. We have Mike the Absol. Now, Absol is a beautiful Pokemon, just like Mike is a beautiful person. Do what you want with that information. For an item, we have the Absolite, because we want to bring Mega Absol. If Mike is coming to the battle, he's got to be at his best, so we're bringing Mega Absol. The ability is not going to matter. Pressure is going to get Magic Bounce when he evolves. Attacks are Sucker Punch, Mega Horn, Swords Dance, and Super Power, with the stat investments of 4 in HP, 252 in attack, and 252 in speed, with the benefiting speed nature Jolly. So, do what you want with that. That is Mike the Absol, guys. Mike is nothing but the finest of power, in my opinion. If you battle him in real life, though, you're gonna get nothing but stalled by pretty much everything you can think of. Coming up next, and our last Pokemon on the team is Tyler the Gallade. Now, Gallade is an amazing Pokemon, and last time I remember, Tyler's favorite Pokemon that he told me was Gallade, so that's the Pokemon I have based Tyler off of today. Gallade, or Tyler the Gallade, I should say, is packing the Galladite because, again, we want Tyler to be at his best. So we're going to bring Mega Gallade, being 1v1 though, remember, we can do that. The ability's not going to matter, I believe. Yeah, because he gets, doesn't he get a new ability? I can't remember. You know what? Moving on. Zen Headbutt, Ice Punch, Protect, and Close Combat are the moves we are packing on Tyler today. Tyler, I hope you approve of that set. I believe that's something you would run. Stat-wise, we have 4 going into HP, 252 going into attack, and 252 going into speed, with a benefiting Jolly nature as well, just like Mike. Just like Mike. So, with that, guys, that is the team, and we're just going to go ahead and get started. So, again, the rules of how this little game within Showdown Shenanigans is going to go is we're going to do 3 battles with John, 3 battles with Mike, and 3 battles with Tyler, and we're just going to do a quick tally up at the end. Who got the most wins? Did John get 2 wins? Did Mike not get any? And did Tyler get 1? So, therefore, John's the winner. And then from there, we will claim who is the better Pokemon out of the 3 we brought today. So, I guess if you want, you know, that's the ultimate goal. See who's better out of 3 Pokemon we choose to bring. But with that, I have talked enough, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So where are you, 1v1? There you are. Now, hopefully this doesn't take much time. Oh! Oh! Okay, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and have to do a transition real quick. Okay, guys, so we are back. I apologize for that, but apparently Blaziken, or John in this case, is banned in 1v1, which, by the way, to correct myself from earlier, I said at the beginning that 1v1 was a tier. No, it's a meta. So we're going into a new meta today, to be more technically correct. But going back to the main focus, we can't bring Blaziken to 1v1, so we have to change up the Pokemon that is representing John today. I guess it doesn't matter if you're bringing Speed Boost Blaziken or Blaze Blaziken. They just don't care. Blaziken's just really getting a lot of hate recently. But I chose Flygon to be the Pokemon that represents John today because I believe it is his second favorite Pokemon. Plus, I told you guys earlier that I know John likes to pack the King's Rock on this Flygon, and I believe I have its attack set and stat set right on the mark. I believe that is the correct set he runs. Dragon Claw, Earthquake, Steel Wing, and Rock Slide for attacks, and 4 in HP, 252 in attack, 252 in speed with a jolly benefiting nature. Because John, I remember your Flygon outspeeds my Garchomp when we do doubles and Battle Maison, so it's gotta be jolly. It has to be jolly. If I'm wrong about that, leave a comment down in the section and tell me that I'm just really wrong about that. But that is pretty much what we're gonna do. Oh, I didn't name him John. You know what we're gonna do, actually? Because, like I said, John wants to be a PokeTuber. And I'm going to go ahead and name him this, because he did tell me one day that he might want his channel to be called this. This is a really cute name, actually. We're going to go ahead and name him Flyjon. John is probably slapping his face right now watching this, but I don't care. So we're going to go ahead and move on now that we have the team all set. Going into 1v1, we should be all set, right? Right? Hopefully it doesn't take long to find battles. It is 1v1, so it's not... can't expect it to be overpopulated, but we are going to get a battle, and forfeit shouldn't happen either, because why would you forfeit? So, we have a Gardevoir or a Mawile to go up against, so not going to really make any predictions here. We're just going to start off with John. We're going to do 3 battles with John, 3 battles with Mike, and 3 battles with Tyler, as I said. So, John's coming out, or Flyjon, we should be calling him. I don't know, John's got this. I really don't. Gardevoir's a Fairy type, which we all know that John being a Dragon type now is, that's a no-no. That's an absolute no-no. But John does like to have the Steel Wing on his on himself, so seeing as how we should outspeed, John is gonna put some fine damage on that, but John's gonna go down. So that is the first battle that John loses. Sorry, John. I mean, you did that. You have to admit that did a lot of damage though for a Steel Wing. It's not stab either, so clap the hands for John in his first round. He didn't win, but we're gonna go on to round 2 with John once we find a battle. So yeah, you guys got to put down in that comment section though who you want to win. I mean, obviously you know who wins, but tell me who you wanted to win. I mean, are you rooting for Flyjon over there? Are you rooting for Mike? Are you rooting for Tyler? They're all 3 great guys, and they're I guess if you want to say they're mascots, the Pokemon that they choose to represent themselves as their favorite, they're pretty great Pokemon as well. So John is going to go up against either a Genesect or a Shedinja. I think we should maybe not be okay. I don't know. Genesect is one of those Pokemon I don't really know that much about, but I'm pretty sure at this point, John's best bet is to go for an Earthquake because it is going to be neutral, which does over half, so we should be, hopefully okay. John, oh no, don't go for Dragon Claw. Don't go for Dragon Claw. Showdown, don't go for Dragon Claw. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Gunk Shot. Miss! Okay, so we are good. So John gets a win. So John is at 1-1. 1 loss, 1 win. Can he break through and get a second win? So he's got 2 wins on his belt and 1 loss only. I don't know, John, can you do it? You're going up against a Samurott, so unless it's got the powerful Ice Beam, I think you should be just fine, John. I think you could go for Dragon Claws for days, to be quite honest. And remember, we do have that King's Rock, so there is the potential chance to flinch, which, if I remember correctly, John's Flygon in IRL tends to surprise a lot. Look at that! It's a flinch! King's Rock Flygon! I didn't want to admit it to him, but it works! And you just saw it here first, folks. It works. It absolutely works. So Samurot's gonna get the flinch, not even gonna get to attack, because Flygon, Flyjon, I'm just gonna call him Flyjon, because he's probably gonna hate me for this, and when we see each other, and I don't know, when was it, a couple of days, May 16th, his birthday, you know, I said I wasn't gonna give out too much personal information. What was that? My voice is kind of, oh, and the opponent forfeit. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and call that a win for John. I mean, he got a flinch with his King's Rock, so we're not going to worry about, yeah, we're going to have to forfeit because that's how Showdown works. But John has 2 wins, 1 loss. So now we're going to move on to Mike, of course. Mike, let's see what you've got in the bag. Or your fur. I don't know. You got a lot of fur. Okay, so we're going to send out Mike the Absol, get his 3 rounds in. So he's got a Mawile, a Gardevoir, and a Lopunny to go up against. And here comes the Lopunny, which is a bad situation to be in, to be quite honest. It's really bad. Because no doubt that's a Mega Lopunny. So I think our best bet here is to go for a superpower. Now, Mike is Jolly. I just realized that all 3 of them are Jolly, actually. Can he outspeed? No. Okay, so this is going to be a loss for Mike. Lopunny. If Lopunny is faster, just as a Lopunny, then, obviously, the way things have to work, then Mega Lopunny is going to be faster. And, of course, Mega Lopunny is a fighting type, so that's just going to completely destroy Mike. So Mike has 1 loss now. Can he pull through for a win? Can he tie with John? If we get a tie, then we do have to do a tiebreaker. Now, something you are going to notice is that we're going to run into basically the same people, because again, these are not popular metagames, so there's only like literally 5 people that probably are playing it at this time of day. So here's your Shedinja, which obviously is not going to matter, because Mike being a dark type, he's just going to completely fail. Unless my opponent just does not decide to use an attacking move, so we can't get a Sucker Punch off, but no, it failed. Okay, well, my opponent, no doubt, is going to have to go for an attacking move at some point. So Mike has got this. Mike, I don't think there's any situation where he doesn't have this. So it's just about waiting at this point. So there it goes. He's going to go for a Swords Dance. You know what, though? He could stall this out. He could stall this out. He could. I'm going to go for 1 more. Okay, so he's not going to do that. He's going to keep going for Swords Dance. Well, 2 can play at this game. We're going to go for Swords Dances until he decides to, go for what he's doing. And, oh, wait, no, he went for a Sucker Punch. So I think he's going to do it again. Okay, so there he goes. Okay, so the guy finally let up. He's like, you know what, I'm not going to win this. Because it's Mike. He would never win against Mike. So Mike's got 1 win, 1 loss. Let's see if he can pull through to get another win, and then he'll tie with John. So if Tyler doesn't come through with 2 wins, we'll do a tiebreaker between Mike and John. We'll do 1 more battle with each. And if it ends up being the case that they both lose or both win that tiebreaker battle, then we'll just leave it off at that and declare that John and Mike are both equally strong, and they deserve the Nobel Prize for Best Pokemon of the Day. But with that, we're going to go ahead and try to see if we can get Mike's last battle in here. Hopefully we can. Okay, there we go. Is this someone we've seen before? No, there's a Talonflame and a Venomoth coming at us. So, who is Mike going to have the unfortunate chance to go up against? Talonflame? No, Venomoth. Okay, so I don't know what we can do here. I'm going to go for a Swords Dance because in this situation, the best bet is to get a Sucker Punch off at... Okay, so that's not good. That's definitely not good. Although my opponent is probably going to go for an attacking move. So we will get a double Sucker... A double Sucker Punch. A +2 Sucker Punch off. I'm blanking out if Bug resists Dark. It doesn't. So Mike gets a 2nd win. Mike pulled through. But Mike is powerful. He's a Mega Absol. So Mike has 2 wins, 1 loss. So he's tied up with John. And with that, it's time for Tyler, everybody. So, my friends are nothing but the finest right now. So we got John with 2 wins, Mike with 2 wins, and now we're going to see what Tyler has in store for us. So again, guys, I know this is not the most exciting thing. I'm sure the other rounds are a lot more exciting than this, but I just wanted to try something new. Again, it's Showdown Shenanigans. We're not really worrying about doing anything serious. We're just here to kind of have fun. Now, if this isn't your definition of fun, then you can sure let me know. Tell me if you prefer me to do something else. We'll finish off these 3 rounds as fast as we can and move on to a new meta. So, Tyler has found his first battle, which is going to be this Flareony chick over here who brings the Lopunny, Mawile, and Gardevoir. Are we going to have a Gallade? No, we are not. Okay, so in this case, I think Tyler is well off here because... Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and protect because protecting with a Mega first turn, to see what the opponent does, and if you're going to get outsped, then you're going to save yourself. Okay, so the fake out, I forgot that Low Bunny was going to use fake out, so that was actually the best thing we could do. So now the fake out isn't going to work anymore, and we can go ahead and go for, oh no! Tyler! Okay, so Tyler's going to go down for his first round, so that's a loss for Tyler. And let's go ahead and go for round 2. I am really sorry, Tyler, about that. You, not enjoying that stab giga impact from that Low Bunny. I mean, Gallade's defense is pretty booty, though, to be fair. So, but man, I don't know. Okay, so Tyler's second match. Looks like we're going up against another Gardevoir and a Mawile, potentially. So which one? Who's the lucky winner here? Actually, I think we've gone up against this person. I think that, no, this isn't the same person. This is the first person we battled, so. Oh, that's a bad word for a name there. Don't pay attention to that name, because my channel is PG, so I'm not going to say it, though, because if I don't say it, we're fine. We're fine. So, what do we do here? Well, there's not really much we can do. The only thing we can do is, I believe Gallade should be faster. I could be totally wrong about this right now. No. Okay, so Tyler is probably banging his head right now on his desk if he's watching this, or I don't know, maybe he's not at a desk. But with that, Tyler has already taken 2 losses, so he's not going to be able to go in the tiebreaker round, of course. However, he does get to experience someone we've never fought before, so he has the chance to at least still get 1 win for today. You know, but nonetheless, guys, don't think that, you know, Gallade is a bad Pokemon, because it's awesome. It really is. And we're about to see if he could take out a Mega Salamence, which I don't think so, because he's at a -1, but we're going to go ahead and protect on up, so we can get our speed up, because Gallade does get a lot of speed. I'm not going to try to say a big word, because we all know how that ends up with me. That's still going to do over half. However, that was a crit outrage. I don't know if that mattered or not, but you know, had Tyler not lost any attack, that would have taken out that Salamence, no problem. So Tyler, unfortunately, gets 3 losses. So we have to do a tiebreaker round, though, between Mike and John. So, ladies and gentlemen, give Tyler a round of applause. He tried to do work, but we're going to see now who's got this. Okay, so I can tell you right now that I think Mike is the overall winner today, because we have to be fair here and send John out first, because he did go before Mike. And the best thing we can do right now is, what's got more power? Stealing or Rock Slide? Stealing, Rock Slide. Well, we're not going to outspeed, I can tell you right now. We're not going to do that. Yeah, John's going to go down, because I knew the fake out was coming, and then here's going to come an Ice Shard, if anything. Not even. A crit Night Slash. Wow, didn't even need the Ice move. So, John's going to go down. So, we have to do one more, though, just to see if Mike has if Mike can do it. Okay, so he's going to go up again against this Gardevoir Mawile duo here. And it's a Mawile this time around. So, we're going to go ahead and probably die. Definitely die here. We have to go for a Sword Stance. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Oh yeah. So there it goes. Okay. So we're not. The tiebreaker just ended up in a loss for both of them. So Mike and John are both the winners today, because they both won 2 and lost 2. I guess if you want to be technical about it. So that is gonna end today's round of Showdown Shenanigans, guys. If you enjoyed the content that you have viewed today, be sure you hit that like button right at the bottom of the video. Again, I know this wasn't as exciting as probably past rounds have been, but again, just wanted to try something new. Tell me how you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, of course, you can hit that dislike button right at the bottom of the video, located right next to said like button. If you're feeling like you want to do so, that's up to you guys. I will leave you with that. But with all said and done, I'm Video Game Nation. Thank you for watching, guys. I will see you next time.